And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. So excited you guys could be with us, both for our audience tuning in on social media, as well as joining us on Amazon Live. We're connecting now with our friends on IG, so we welcome them. Also, about to bring in our friends on Amazon Live. And we welcome you guys joining us on Amazon Live for today's broadcast of Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. You see it here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the books, and I do mean some of the books, by our next guest. We're excited to welcome back Melissa Banks to our broadcast today. You guys know her as a master event planner. She's a best-selling author, entrepreneur. We're going to talk to her about her amazing year. Also, she's gearing up for the release of a brand new book this week. We're going to talk to her about that and let you guys know how to stay connected with her too. Melissa, always a pleasure to have you back on with us. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy our time together.
Well, I appreciate that. Glad to hear that. So a lot of great things happening for you, Melissa, as I just teased. You have a new book coming out. I should also mention, for those joining us on Amazon, I'm going to highlight her podcast as well, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Melissa, talk to us about this year for you. Melissa gets on me all the time about advice she doesn't take, about take a breath, remember to breathe. So Melissa, have you had a chance to take a breath and to think about this year?
Well, I have my breaths along the way. I may not take a whole long time to sit down and think about it, but you know what? 2024 has been a year like no other. It has been fast. It's been one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. So it's been an amazing year. So yeah, you have to take a break. You have to breathe, but I've been trying to breathe, but keep moving as well.
Okay. So in other words, she's not exactly taking the advice she gives me, but we'll go with that. William McCrary is joining us. William's joining us on IG. Melissa, he says, good day to you. So I want to talk about this year because you've done a lot of firsts this year. For one thing, you released multiple books, had multiple bestsellers. You came kicking and streaming to doing live shopping on Facebook with your Dream Party Lives. What was it like for you to try new things this year, Melissa, and to see the response to it?
I am a true testament of doing things, even though it scares you to death. Mm-hmm. Because when you suggested, my PR person who just makes suggestions, he just makes them very strongly. So you may not can tell it's a suggestion, but when he said you need to do the Dream Parties live, I was like a hard no. That was like not going to happen. But you know what? It was one of the best things in this year. It's been so much fun. I've gotten to really know some of the people who shop with us, and we've been able to connect in ways that I didn't even expect that you could through live parties like that. So it's been just amazing that I've just enjoyed them so much and connected so much with my audience there. The whole year has been a year of first, though. I never thought I would have the first book. And then here we are, three bestsellers in 1 year. That's crazy. That is definitely not something I could have dreamed about. So it's been an amazing year, but it's all about taking a chance on you, believing in you, and moving even when you're afraid. That's my lesson for the year.
And I'm going to go ahead and speak into existence. You're going to have number 4 coming out this week, your 4th bestseller of the year. And here's the thing, Melissa, both Melissa and I do feel the same way about this. That a lot of times we don't see how things are going to turn out, but we're willing to do the work. Have you always been someone, Melissa, who hasn't been afraid of the work, even if it's something that may scare you?
Actually, yes. I am that person that just keeps working. I just keep working, even through discouragement. I get excited about a great new idea and think it's going to be great, and it's not always great. Mm-hmm. Or every day is not always great, but I've always been able to work through them, continue the work. Many years ago, I was listening to a speaker at a conference, and one of the things she said was, just keep moving. So if you keep moving and keep believing, I added that part later, and keep believing in yourself, something is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's when you stop.
So true. Dr. LaTonya Peterson, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on IG as well. My cousin is joining us from Atlanta, Freddie John. I tell you, it is going to be a great week. I have family joining us today. Good to be able to see you as well, Freddie. Glad you could be with us. For those who are just coming in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents. We actually are on Amazon Live, but we're simulcasting this for our social media audience as well. Master event planner, best-selling author, media personality, and entrepreneur Melissa Banks is our guest. We're talking with her about this year and the great things that's coming up for her, including a brand new book. We're going to get more into that. I want to kind of go back to how this all began for you, though, Melissa. I was introduced to you as an event planner. A lot of people got to know you as an event planner. That has always been your core product, we'll say, right? But what has it been like for you to add on to that and to reach new people through the other things you're doing?
You know what? When we start out with something that we love and excited about, oftentimes we box ourselves into that box that it's just about that. But the event planning industry and just being in that field opened up so many doors and so many connections. And that's why you see all the other stuff happening. Though it's separate, it's all connected. And it's been a great experience to meet other authors, not just event planners, but other authors, entrepreneurs, people, jewelry people. It's been such an amazing ride to see all of that happening in connected, even motivational speakers. All of that has come from this same journey, which started as an event planner 25 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And you've been able to do that more. I know one of the things that Melissa is going to be doing for 2025 is actually being able to use her expertise to actually help others who want to be able to break into that space. You are a trailblazer in many respects, Melissa. What has it been like for you to take the knowledge and experience you have and to pour it into that next generation, whether we're talking about event planners, entrepreneurs, or even authors?
You know, it feels amazing because one of the commitments I made to myself over 25 years ago when I started my business is that I wanted to pour into others and share what I've learned. You know, I've shared with you before, Cyrus, an experience I had early on. I needed some help and I was asking for some help and I wasn't able to receive it. So I made that commitment to myself inside that I would always share once I'd learned what to do and how to do it. My knowledge was going to be something I shared, and to have the opportunity to do that now, it's just a rewarding and it's a really great feeling to be able to share what I've learned in this 25-year journey.
Yeah. And you've been able to show people not only what's possible, Melissa, but also to provide a platform. You've done that now through your own podcast, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Talk to us about that. From what I remember you telling me, I'm someone who's wise beyond their years had suggested to you about doing this podcast. And now here you are in the 4th season, but I'll let you tell the story.
Well, the story kind of went a little bit like that. It was suggested to me early on to start this podcast. And thank God, though, Cyrus, look at all the people that it's helped, all the women that have come through as guests. So often we look at women, we show up and we look like we got it all together and everything's fabulous. And we're working through some really tough stuff. Someone said to me recently, you don't look like what you're going through. That's how women are good at that. But you know what? Sometimes the person looking at that other person thinks, oh, it's easy. You know, they wake up every day and all the pieces fit. But on the show, we talk about both sides. We celebrate the success, but we celebrate the things they had to push through and create the life that they want. And I just believe that's so powerful. And anybody who hears that, it gives them hope and believing in what's possible. And that's what the show is all about.
Have you, I think for you Melissa's also one of the co-hosts of my show here on Amazon, Word That Choose to Live By. And we were talking about in our message just today about embracing your inner greatness, recognizing that. What has it been like for you to know, Melissa, that you have this gift that is not just for you, but that you can use to empower others? What has it been like for you personally to realize?
That's one of the most fulfilling things that I do. When I hear from another woman who said I encouraged her, or I said something that made her go just a little bit harder, or she heard my voice on a day that was just a difficult day to get out of bed. We have those days, and sometimes we don't want to acknowledge those days. And for me to hear that something I said or something I went through encourage someone to go just a little bit further. We don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to have it all planned out. like we think in our head, but just to go a little bit further. And that, Cyrus, is beyond anything that I could have hoped for when I started on this journey.
Yeah, I love that. For those that are just tuning in, welcome. You are watching Cyrus Webb Presents and also listening for those joining us on the radio side at Max WYAD 94.1 FM and Conversations Daily News. We're joined today by Melissa Banks. We're talking with her about her year, what it's been like for her to do what she loves, but also how she's been able to pour into others. Bookman Reads One, hello to you over there on IG. We see you. Uncle Dandy, hello to you as well. We're going to also let you guys know how to stay connected with Melissa. And Melissa has done something. Earl says on Facebook, you're definitely an encouragement, Melissa Banks. That's very kind, Earl. I appreciate you sharing that. So I do want to talk about, though, and I do, as anyone who knows me knows, I make suggestions to people. I'm someone who believes in freedom, freedom, to be able to choose. Melissa, why are you making that face? I haven't even said anything yet. I haven't even said anything. I'm just saying. Tina, hello to you. Tina says y'all are amazing influencers. Keep it up. Thank you for that, Tina. But I do like to make suggestions. And one thing I've said to Melissa, get close up so you guys can see this, see her expressions that I'm seeing. I said to Melissa, especially when it comes to her gifts, and that is that a lot of times it may not be just for those watching. It could be for others. The dream for him, this is what I'm getting to. Melissa had designed the Dream by Design journal for women. But I want to talk about, Melissa, the Dream for Him journal that is also an Amazon bestseller, how it came about and what it's been like for you to show, too, about gift ideas when it comes to men.
The men line is very new to us. And actually, it was something that I just wasn't embracing. But what this year has shown is that our audience has really grown and expanded, and so many men are joining us. So many men are sending me DMs talking about how helpful the inspirations are. So we wanted to create something that's for the men. And men dream and have visions and goals too, and their writing
Really?
wanted them to have a great experience and have a place to write down those thoughts. They can take this journal on their trips with them, on their private time. And then the candle came because someone asked me, well, do men like those fragrances too? And I thought, well, let's have something designed with the man in mind. And that's what we did with that. So great suggestions that just came out to some really great comments.
Earl says, did y'all see how he moved that candle? I figured she was going to mention the candle. I happen to have one sitting here, Earl. I mean, come on. You're acting like this was planned.
It was not.
This could not have been planned. You're seeing the label. That's just by accident because I just happened to place it just like that. That's how you're able to see the label and everything. It's not like this was planned. But it does go to a bigger point, Melissa, and that is just like you buy gifts for others, like Melissa and I talked about. Men buy gifts for women, women buy gifts for men. Especially during this time of year. And I think it's not even about just the holidays. Just sometimes you want to be able to give a gift, right? Could be to your mother, to your father, your brother, your sister. It's one of those things that really does come in hand. I'm excited. So that really ties into what you've been able to do with your Dream Party Lives. Because when Melissa and I first were talking about those, I envisioned them being something she did on a regular basis. She warmed to the idea of doing them more. But Melissa, there's that face again. I want them to see this. That's why I'm giving the close up. I want y'all to see how the faces she gives me when I just make suggestions, and then but you did warm up to them. And the thing about live shopping, and I'm going to be talking more about this. It is one of the things that's going to be a very big part of social media in 2025. Mm-hmm. Very big part. And that's why I try to get people that are in my circle to really start embracing that, because there's a lot of opportunity there. You mentioned something earlier, Melissa, I want to go to, then I want to go to the new book. And that is about, you have some people that every time you go live, you can pretty much look for them to get something. How does it feel to know you're building that kind of base there when it comes to your customers?
That is exciting, right? And I don't know that it would have ever developed in this way had it not been for the the lives. And over the past since October 25th, we've done a live every week.
Mhm.
That's just temporary. We're not going to really do them every week. I just want to make sure you don't get any ideas.
Oh, okay.
It did give us a chance to connect.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's connecting with people. I don't care what the product you have, but it's being able to connect on an individual level with people. And I even have them sometimes DM after we go off with
Mhm.
something special they have coming up for me to look for a piece for them for that. Those connections happen strictly because of the live. So they've been really rewarding and fun.
All right. So you had your Dream by Design journal. You have your Dream for Him journal. So your new project is reaching a different audience. Talk to us about that and where the idea came from for this, Melissa. Your Dream by Design affirmations for teen girls and their mothers. Talk to us about it.
Oh my gosh, I just love it. It looks amazing. It excites me just see it. You don't know this though. Back when we were doing vision boards, the physical vision boards with post-it notes or pictures or whoever. One of the things every year after year, I put something for girls, something for girls. I just didn't know what that something was and how I needed to package it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that I talk about mindset, Cyrus, and how you think. And because that creates your life, right? So if we can start talking to the girls in teenage years or a little younger, but also it helps us understand their thinking. It helps them to believe that they're worthy, that they're great, that they're not trying to earn the right to be here. They have the right to be here. And going back to what we talked about earlier, that the greatness they have, they were born with. I wanted to impress upon the young girls to feel that way at very young ages. I was an adult when I could really embrace that I have greatness within me, and how well affirmations, you've heard me talk about affirmations. I repeat affirmations out loud every single day, sometimes during the day for encouragement, but I also believe by speaking it out loud, it sows into me and I begin to believe it. And that's what this book is for. It's to pour into those young girls and their mothers, the relationship that they have with their mothers. So in the book, you have some affirmations that they can say out loud on a daily basis, but it also offers them a place to write what they're thinking, what their thoughts are. How amazing is that? But it also has a place for mom to be able to write her thoughts on those days. So it gives them a way to connect with each other. So I'm super excited for this book to come out.
Love that. Deja Marie, hello to you. Congratulations to you as well, Deja. Deja was one of the winners, Melissa, in Fayetteville, North Carolina by Chosen Pen at the Literary Awards. So, Deja, good to be able to see you over there on IG. Glad you could join us. If you guys are coming in late, don't worry. The replay will be available. We are on Amazon Live, but we are simulcasting on social media, and the broadcast will stay there. So, you've been very busy this year, Melissa. A lot of great things happening. What should our audience be on the lookout for, though?
Wow, we're wrapping up the year and we have a big show coming where we're going to be talking along with you and some others. We're going to be talking about this year that was 2024. I'm super excited and looking forward to that. Look for us in 2025. We have some speaking engagements lined up where we'll be sharing our journey and how we've been able to push through despite the circumstances and just offer you some motivation there. But we also have something new coming in 2025 where we'll be using some of the things that we've learned on our event planner career and sharing with you on how you can be an event planner and some things to look forward to as far as planning your own events. So we have lots of stuff looking forward to 2025. And of course, imagine the possibilities return in 2025.
Wow, a lot. Tina says, can't wait to get this book. It should be very good for sure. Again, everyone, if you did miss it, this is the new book that Melissa's releasing this week on Amazon, Dream by Design, Affirmations for Teen Girls and Their Mothers. I know it's going to be another bestseller. I know it's going to do a lot of great things for people out there. Melissa, congratulations on this year. I'm so glad to be able to see all the great things that you're doing. And I should say, it's been great also having you a part of this season of A Word That Choose to Live By that's here on Amazon as well. So glad to have you. Let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you, Melissa?
Cyrus, I love Words I Choose to Live By, and it's been just amazing to be a part of the team for this season. So encouraging. You can always connect with me at themelissabanks.com. Everything that we do has a link right there. It will take you right to it. You can listen to some of the podcasts, join us on Facebook, and follow us on YouTube. All those links are right there, and it's at themelissabanks.com.
Love it. And Melissa, last thing I want to ask you, because this will be our last solo show together this year, what advice would you give to people about the importance of not just talking about their dreams, but taking action going into 2025?
I would say all your dreams are possible. You must believe in yourself, work hard. You have to do the work. It doesn't just drop out of the sky, and never, never make quitting an option.
Very good. And you're hearing it from someone who definitely knows firsthand. Melissa, congratulations to you on an amazing year. Rosalie Turner, hey, good to be able to see you over there on IG. I don't see you on IG much. Rosalie, so great to be able to see you. Glad you could join us. Rosalie, if you came in late, you can catch the replay here on IG or, of course, on Amazon or Facebook as well. Melissa, congratulations again on an amazing year. Very excited to see what's coming up next for you.
Thank you so much for having me. As always, it was lots of fun and a great pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and Dr. Velma says, congrats, my friend Melissa. Oh, that's so sweet. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.